What's up, everybody? There was up to and about 3 seconds ago. My hair looks terrible, bro. Up to about 3 seconds ago, there was music on the menu here, but this is Cat President, More Perfect Union. This dropped on Xbox not too long ago. This game came out a few years ago, actually. By a few years ago, I mean like 2018. But it finally made it to Xbox. This game looks super bizarre. It was like $8, $8 or $9, and I was like, I want to play this on stream so bad. It's probably be a two-parter. It looks super weird. We're gonna go right into new game. Why is my chat window acting so stupid? Give me 1 second, guys. Yes, undock chat. Tools. How do I get my chat window back up? Docs. Here we go. Chat. There we go. Chat's working again. Actually, as well, I'm gonna make my camera a little bigger. I never dreamed I would get involved in politics. I mean, I'm just a plain Jane, a nobody. I've never even voted before. I don't like my camera position. Better. Okay. I mean, I'm just plain Jane, nobody. I've never even voted before. But somehow I found myself swarmed by presidential candidates, and they all want me to be their campaign manager. Which one should I choose? They're all such good options. I can't pick which one. Oh, but I should back up first to explain how I got into this situation. It all started last week when I heard someone calling my name at the park. What's my name again? Please input the perfect name for a human heroine. Well, we're a lady. I want to be, I don't know. What's a good name? What's a good name? We're gonna be, Abigail is fine, but we're gonna be, you know what? We're gonna be a good Jasmine. We're gonna pull out a solid Jasmine here. I was gonna pick something stupid, but Jasmine! Jasmine! That's my best friend, Lizzie. What is it, Lizzie? Did you hear? They're having the big debate tonight. I got us tickets. This is kind of loud in my headphones right now. I'm gonna turn this down. Holy shit. This way. There we go. The debate, what about? Gosh, don't you know? The presidential debate. Oh, is President Daisy Doodle coming to town? That's so cool. I like her. What's she going to debate? No, actually, the debate is for the presidential candidates who are running to replace Daisy Doodle, which leaves office next year. All 6 of them are in town, and they're going to debate important issues like foreign policy and catnip. Plus, they're all adorable. I want to hug and pet each one of them. That might be racist. Alright, I probably should have said something about this earlier. 20 years ago, the government got so corrupt the Supreme Court decided to ban all humans from politics. Now the only politicians we have are cats. I know it sounds crazy, but the government is a lot more effective this way. I don't know, I think I'll stay at home. No way, you have to come. Oh god, if you don't, I'll never forgive you. Tutorial, in this game, you'll occasionally be asked to choose Jasmine's responses. Choose carefully, the options you pick affect which ending you get. The better the options you choose, the better the ending. I love cats. I can't wait to see them. I love cats. Oh. Me neither. This will be so much fun. I'm bringing you guys along on this. Whatever this is. Decided to explore a bit. Maybe if I could find a bathroom. It was long before I got lost. This place is like a maze. How are you supposed to figure out where to go? I need signs or something. After wandering around for a few minutes, I found a fancy-looking door. I stepped inside, but no one was there. Empty. I guess I'll try another room. I beg your pardon? What the hell? Oh, shit. Oh, I was unprepared for that. Oh, it's a cat. Did you lose your owner, little guy? I've never been so insulted in my life. You think I'm a common street cat? How dare you talk to me like that? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were a talking cat. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. It's just security throw you out immediately. Oh, I don't mean a cute girl comes wandering in and you try to have her kicked out? That's not what I would do. Yeah, I like her style. My style? Well, yeah, you snuck all the way backstage to meet with us. That's pretty brave of you. You have guts. I like you. Wait, if I'm backstage, that means... Oh my gosh, you three are the presidential candidates. Bingo, I'm Frisky. And may I say it's a pleasure to meet a beautiful woman like yourself. The cat on left gave a saucy wink as he said this. I didn't know what to make of it. I'm DJ Nibbles. I'm the young, cute candidate. More like the empty-headed kitten who keeps rushing into danger. I can't help it if I sometimes get into trouble. I'm naturally curious. Naturally stupid, you mean? And the grumpy orange puss between us is Thunderpaw. He always seems to be upset over something. Not true. I'll be happy when you losers drop out of the race. I'm not gonna drop out. I'm in it to win it. So, darling, you didn't tell us your name. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. My name is Jasmine. Well, Jasmine, why don't you come with me for a little while? I guarantee you'll enjoy it. You want me to be alone with me? So I can lead you back to the audience area, of course. Hey, Frisky, don't keep our guest all to yourself. Let me help guide her back to her seat. Have you two forgotten the debate starts in 45 minutes? We don't have time to be escorting random humans all over the place. I'll call security and they'll have you removed from the premises. No, that's okay. I think I can find my way myself. Are you sure? I wouldn't mind helping you. I'm sure. You all focus on debate stuff. Bye. Goodbye, Jasmine. Nice meeting you. Why is that cat getting all... Ew. I got the room as quickly as I could. I couldn't believe it. I actually interrupted 3 of the presidential candidates. What kind of goofball does a thing like that? I decided to get back to my seat as quickly as possible, but I ended up running into more cats. Uh-oh. Hey, humans aren't allowed back here. I'm so sorry, I got lost. I don't know how to get back to my seat. I understand, these hallways can be pretty confusing sometimes. Yeah, the first time I was here, I was chasing my tail for hours. So you're not mad at me for being in the off-limits area? No, we're not mad. These sort of things happen. The door you're looking for is the third one on the right. Oh, thank you so much. My name is Jasmine, by the way. Who are you? The cat on the left nodded his head as he answered. I'm Elvis Tiberius Kale III. You can call me Kale. Nice to meet you, Kale. Are you also running for president? I certainly am. Although most people say I should drop out because I'm last in the polls. Sigh. Cheer up, Kale. At least you made it all the way to the debates. This time it was the cat on the right who spoke. I'm Dr. Nom Noms. I'm also not polling very well at the moment. If it wasn't for the calicos, I'd probably be out of the running. Well, you both seem like very nice cats. Maybe the debate will boost your popularity. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm lucky to be here tonight. I'm just hoping to debate the issues and do my best for all the alley cats out there. Thank you both very much for helping me. If I could vote for both of you, I would. It's very kind of you to say. Please enjoy the debate tonight. What? I followed their directions and made it back to my seat all right. Phew, finally made it. Jasmine, where were you? You never believed me even if I told you. You have to tell me later. The show is about to start. After that, the moderator came on stage and explained the debate rules to the audience. The rules were pretty simple. Clap whenever there's a response you like, but no interrupting the debaters, and no catcalls. The debate itself was pretty interesting. Thunderpaw was an intense debater. He yelled at all the other candidates and constantly insulted them. If his goal was to look stronger than his opponents, then he succeeded. Frisky didn't try to appeal to all voters. Instead, focused his attention on just one group, women. He wouldn't stop talking about how much he loved women. I didn't think it was very professional, but my friend Lizzie liked it. DJ Nibbles was as energetic as ever, which ended up hurting his debate style. He rushed into his answers with such enthusiasm that he tripped over his words, and twice he lost his place during speeches. Still, it's nice to see such refreshing honesty in a political debate. Dr. Nom-Noms did not do very well. He flubbed most of his answers, and he went on a long tangent about a bird bath he visited last year, almost like he was trying to fail. Kale did okay, I guess. He is a solid speaker, but he is definitely overshadowed by all the other personalities in the room. You can see why he's last in the polls. And for the final debate, Rover, there was something different about him. I don't know what it was. He just seemed, I don't know, really different from the other cats. At the end of the debate, the moderator called for silence. stupid. I love this. We've heard all this candidates' responses, but now we want to hear a question from a real person, an average citizen, not a politician. That's why we picked a randomly selected audience member to give the final question of the debate. And that person is? It's me, isn't it? Jasmine. What? Me? Come on, Jasmine. Tell everyone your question. Well, okay, I don't know a lot about politics, but I do know that politicians are supposed to help people. So I guess I want to know how all of you will help me. I mean, I lost my job at the grocery store last week, and I'm still having trouble finding a new one. If I don't get a job soon, I might lose my apartment. I know my personal problems don't matter much in the political world, but what will you do as a president to help people like me? It's a very good question. All questions that were asked here tonight have been good, especially the question of societal inequalities between cats and humans. Kale, you're a salad-headed moron. This is a question of social inequality. Yeah, besides the real social inequalities between cats and dogs. I have a suggestion. You can work for me, Jasmine. What? You need a job and I need a new campaign manager. I'll hire you. That'll help your problem, right? Oh yeah, I want to hire you too. No way, you want to work on the DJ Nibbles campaign with me. I'm sure there's room for you on the Kale campaign. You don't want to work with these losers. Work for Thunderpaw. I only hire the best and the brightest. I have one question to ask. Do you have a dog? No. Then I offer my services as well. Come work for me. No, me. Me! Oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming. You all want me to work for you? I hate to interrupt here, but we're running out of time for the debate, so if you could please choose a candidate now. That's the dilemma I found myself in. 6 great cats, all running for president, and they all want me to work for them. How can I pick just one? I like all of them. In the end, I decided to go with... The wig! The wig! Alright. There's some good choices here. Rover is...
Meow. 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 Meow.
Yeah, I don't like that. Rover's hilarious because, of course, it's a dog. I like Kale because Kale's kind of dumb. Thunderpaw's funny because Thunderpaw's Thunderpaw. I like Dr. Nom Noms as well. He was also the first one to ask me to work, you know? Aw. It's cute. I'm a cat owner as well. I have a big orange and white gremlin. He'll make his appearance here shortly. He's currently napping. But I do have a cat, so I'm a cat lover, so this game kind of fits right up my alley. I might go with Kale, man. Kale's kind of dumb and he's lagging in the polls. He sounds like the kind of one I want to try to help.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
I really hate that. We are going to go with Kale. Kale's a cute little dude, and I think he needs as much help as he can get. Although Dr. Nom Noms is closer in appearance to my cat, even though my cat's orange and white, but he has a similar facial structure. And you... Thunderpaw. Yeah, I want to go with Kale. We're going with Kale. In which we begin to explore just what a campaign manager actually is. So I had to go with Kale. He seemed like the right choice for me. I like to work for Kale, if that's okay. Okay, it's wonderful. Welcome to the Kale campaign. Aw, I wanted her to work for me. It doesn't matter how many managers you hire, Kale. You're still a loser. A nobody. That brings an end to tonight's Sharp Claw debate. Thank you all very much for watching. And that's why I wanted to help Kale. I'm going for the underdog here, and not literally the dog. After the debate, I had my first official meeting with Kale back in his hotel room. Just glad to have you working on my campaign. I figured some fresh blood can help us with our problems. What problems? You seem to be doing well to me. Thanks for saying that, but this campaign is going to be an uphill battle. There are dozens of other cats trying to get where I am. Dozens? I don't understand. I thought there were only 6 presidential candidates, you and the others who were at the debate tonight, right? You don't know? Oh dear. According to the new laws, every state gets 1 candidate to represent it, which means there are 50 cats running for president. 50?! Tonight's debate was for the top 6 candidates, according to the polls. Well, that's good news. You're in the top 6. Not really. Of the 6, I'm dead last, with only 3.24 percent of the votes. The 7th place cat got 3.23. 0.01%, that's not much of a lead. I know, right? The worst part is that the poll had a 2% margin of error. So for all we know, I am dead last. Sigh. I'm sorry. I should have told you this before accepting you as my before accepting you as my manager. If you'd rather campaign for one of the other popular candidates, I'd understand. I'm gonna stick with you to the bitter end. Really? You bet. I said I'd be your campaign manager, and I meant it. Just because it's going to be difficult, that doesn't mean I should quit before I even get started. I know I made the right choice in hiring you. With you on the campaign, there's no way we can lose. Yeah! So, how do you run a political campaign anyway? Well, as you know, the first primary is tomorrow. We should focus all our attention on that. Right. I totally knew about that. So the first primary is in, Miawa. Right, Miawa. That's the southern primary state. No, it's the western one. Right. Why didn't I pay more attention during high school? I can barely remember all this stuff. I think we went over this in Mr. Drew's history class. Flashback! Mrs. Drew, not Mr. Drew. What an ass. When the election system was designed, our country was split up into 3 regions, the Northwest, the Northeast, and the South. In order to make things fair, it was decided that each region would get one of the major primaries during election season. We still follow the system today, with 3 main primaries occurring in the states of Miawa, New Clawshire, and South Catalina. I don't get it. Why are we still picking our presidents based on those states? Like, the country has more than doubled size since then. Why don't we have any newer states get a say in who gets to be president? Because nobody cares about the states west of Miawa. Damn. I mean, following historical precedents is very important. History is the most important. Oops, that's me. Jasmine, no cell phones in class. Oh, please let me answer this call. Government stuff isn't all that important anyway. Yes, it is. What if you end up being a campaign manager for a presidential candidate someday? You'll be completely unprepared if you don't know this stuff. Yeah, right. Like that would ever happen. Wow, now I think about it, Mrs. Drew was right. History can be important. I guess I should study my high school history book to learn more about the elections. U.S. history from Washington to Poopsie. Yes, I still have my high school history book. It was brand new at the start of the year and cost me $500 at the end of the year. I tried selling it back to the school and they offered me $4. I'm still kind of angry about that. Tried donating my textbook to a local charity, but they gave it back to me. Ever since then, it's been sitting in the back of my closet gathering dust. I said goodbye to Kale, and I thanked him again for letting me join his campaign. Then I went home and picked up my old history book. Miawa, here we go. Miawa is the westernmost state in the entire country. Its residents are mostly farmers who struggle against a hostile environment, even more hostile land squatters. Medicine is scarce in the region, and most people live in fear of deadly disease like smallpox, cholera, and dysentery. This information might be a little out of date, but it still seems like it could be useful. If Miawans are so scared of smallpox, we could try making the cornerstone of Kale's campaign. A vote for Kale is a vote against smallpox. Vote Kale. He'll bring more doctors into Miawa. Yeah, that seems perfect. Oh, but it's getting late. Maybe I should go to bed. Do more research. No, I can't get to sleep yet. I need to do more research for Kale. Let me see. The capital of Miawa is Des Miaus. It's the largest city in the entire state. I know, we should do campaigning in Des Miaus. That way we can reach as many people and cats as possible. What a great strategy. Kale will be so proud of me for thinking of such a genius plan. Okay, maybe campaigning in the capital is not so much genius as completely obvious, but give me a break. It's my first day on the job, and besides, I was sleepy. I visited a few websites on my computer, then turned it off and went to bed. This is super weird. I may not be good at it when it comes to politics, but I know that politicians give a lot of speeches. So one of the websites I visited was a speech website. You know, one of those websites where people post requests for speeches. One of the requests was Teachers Association wants hour-long speech on long division for 4th graders. I signed Kale up to give that speech. Teachers are an important voting bloc, right? Oh no. I don't know if Kale can talk about long division for an hour, though. Are cats good at math? I hope they are. The next day, I met up with Kale at the airport. I like to say my cat, like, he makes, like, calculated decisions, but he's bad at math, so, like, they're always wrong. Hi, Jasmine. Ready to visit Meowa? You bet. Before we leave, though, I had a question. Are you good at math? Specifically, are you good at long division? Not really. I use a clawculator for math problems. It's a pigeon. There's a freaking pigeon. If you look under the text, right next to the stand, there's a freaking pigeon. That's kind of an odd question. Why do you ask? Well, I signed you up to talk about long division for an hour at a teachers association. What? I don't know anything about long division. I'm sorry, Kale. I thought it would help you in the election. I guess I should have asked you about it first. Don't feel bad. I appreciate your help. Maybe this will work out for the best. When is the speech supposed to happen? 3 o'clock, right after school ends. We might be able to make that work. I have a charity luncheon at 1 and 2, and obviously the minor debate at 5, but that's all I have going on this afternoon. Minor debate? What's that? That's the debate with the lower ranked candidates. Didn't you get the email about it? No, I'm not on the email list yet. Oh dear, we need to fix that. We also need to research long division. I can do that on the plane flight to Meowa. Great. In case I didn't say this earlier, I'm really grateful to have you working on my campaign, Jasmine. You got a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and I appreciate that. Thanks, Kale. I'm glad I'm working on the campaign team. Also, it just struck me that Kale is doing the worst. The dog was higher on the polls than Kale is. I guess I messed up when it came to the speech, but Kale didn't seem too upset about it. He's a really nice cat. I'm lucky he gave me a job. I was excited to start campaigning, and I was looking forward to the rest of the day. I feel like Kale's going to have there's going to be a twist in Kale's story. Let him know how badly the Meow primary would go. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's in which we finally understand why we needed to learn all that stuff we didn't learn in grade school. Oh no. On the way to Meow, I wrote 3 pages of notes on long division. I gave them to Kale so he could memorize them. He said he couldn't read my handwriting, so he made me rewrite the notes on the computer. Most of the morning was spent getting into town and meeting with fat cats. To be honest, I didn't pay much attention to them. I was still jet lagged. When 3 o'clock came around, we went to the Teachers Association meeting. I was super surprised to find a familiar face in the audience. Jasmine. Oh my gosh, it's my old history teacher, Mrs. Drew. Hi, Miss Drew. I haven't seen you in 4 years. 5 years. 5. All right. I guess it would have been 5 years, wouldn't it? You're always bad at math, which is why I find it odd that you're giving a speech about long division. Oh no, I'm not giving the speech. Kale is giving it. I see. I also find it odd that you are running a presidential campaign, given that you failed the section on U.S. government. I didn't fail. Did I? You did. Remember the question about the political primaries? You said there were 1776. Oops. Now, do you know how many primaries there are? There's 3. There are 3 primaries. One in Meowa, one in New York, and one in Taco Bell. You're right about there being 3 primaries, but wrong about where they are. So you've improved a little. Maybe there's hope for you yet. Thanks, Mrs. Drew. You're the best. Don't forget to vote for Kale. Thank you, and good luck. You'll need it. Luck. Ha! I didn't need any luck. I knew Kale would win the election, even if some voters can't tell the difference between him and the other 49 candidates. 49 candidates. That's a lot of competition. Luckily, I had a secret weapon. You know all the research I did last night? I put a lot of that information in his speech to make it extra perfect. Now Kale will be sure to impress everyone in Meowa. Teachers, I'm honored to speak before you today on long division, the most important of subjects that face 4th graders in our country, and indeed, the entire world. But before I begin, I would like to mention another issue that concerns all Meowans. Smallpox. It's taken far too many lives. We must find a way to eliminate this deadly disease. A vote for Kale is a vote against smallpox. Vote Kale. I'll bring more doctors into Meowa. Wait a second. Is this a joke? I put a speech about smallpox in my notes. That disease was cured in 1980. Uh-oh, looks like my history book was side out, or I misread it or something. It was terrible. Thanks to my mistake, Kale looked extremely foolish in the big speech to the teachers. I was upset, since the entire thing was my fault. I knew I had to be the one to fix the problem, so I did the only thing I could think of. I started cheering. Woo! Hooray for Kale! He cured smallpox! Kale! 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 Who's that cheering along with me? Gasp! It's Mrs. Drew! Kale! 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 Miss Drew led the teachers in a rousing cheer for Kale. I knew she wasn't such a bad person after all. Thank you very much for your support, everyone. Now let's get to the topic at hand, long division. The topic is very near and dear to my heart. It's always been my belief that we should not let dividends and divisors separate us from each other. If I am elected president, I will ensure that only remainders are truth, justice, and rubber chew toys. Well, what is long division? If we go back through the pages of history, we find that division has always been. I stopped paying attention to the speech after that, but the teacher seemed really impressed. After everything was over, I made a point to talk to Mrs. Drew. Hey, Mrs. Drew, thank you for helping with the cheer. You're welcome, Jasmine. I'm surprised, though. I thought you didn't like me. I think you're a bad student, but you've got a good heart. I don't want to see you lose your job on the first day. Besides, you were in my class 5 years ago, and I'm not going to hold a grudge against you for that long, just because you didn't turn in your homework. Aw, gee, I love you too, Mrs. Drew. I think there's another person you love more, should I say. Cat. Huh? What are you talking about? You'll sort through your feelings in time, I'm sure. Good luck, Jasmine. What are you on about? Well, that was weird. What cat would I fall in love with? Hey, Jasmine, ready to go? Oh, hi, Kale. I loved your speech. You're a great speaker. Thank you yourself. You wrote most of my speech. Yeah, but your delivery is perfect. I bet you're going to wipe the floor with everyone else at the debate tonight. I hope so. This is a weird game, guys. This game is so... Kale spent the next hour preparing for the minor debate. I thought it was silly to call it a minor debate when the majority of the candidates were there. But that's politics for you. In fact, all the candidates were there, except for the 5 that were in the previous debate. Talk about a packed house. I held my breath as the debate began. Surely this would be a breakthrough moment for Kale. Everyone would see how wonderful he is, and they'd vote for him in the primary. A lot of reading. A lot of reading. Milk. Hello and welcome to the minor debate for the Shark Claw Party being held the day of the Meowa primary. This is your last chance to see the candidates before the polls close at 7, so let's get started. We have a lot of candidates to meet and a lot of topics to discuss. First, we start with Senator Barkley. Senator, what is your opinion on the current tax rate? It's a bit higher than it should be, but hey, what you gonna do? We gotta pay for schools. Senator Bradley, your response? I believe the other senator has gone wild and lost his mind. Taxes are far too high. Senator Ewing, your response? Taxes to fund schools are not high enough. We need to turn it up. Congressman Bogus, for the current budget, I'd burn it up, throw it on the floor of the Senate, and make them start over. Wrong. I voted for that budget once, and I vote for it again. Please not speak out of turn. The next question is for Mr. Jordan. The debate went on like that for a few minutes. I started to get worried. When was Kale going to speak? Finally, the moderator mentioned Kale by name. Senator Kale, do you think voting is important? Yes, I believe. Thank you, Senator Kale. Senator Byrd, what is your opinion on European Union? Couldn't believe it. Kale didn't get to say more than 3 words before they cut him off. I mean, I understand it's tough to interview 45 candidates in 1 hour, but that's super unfair. Kale is such a good cat, he deserves more time than that. I decided to start cheering for Kale. Cheering for Kale worked earlier today. Maybe it'll work again. Kale, Kale, Kale. Shh, I can't hear the debate. Yes, be quiet. Oh. The rest of the debate went badly. Kale never got a second chance to speak. I completely understood what Kale was saying earlier about how voters can't tell the difference between him and the other candidates. Obviously, he's different from all the other candidates because he's the best choice, but nobody will know that if he never gets any publicity. No wonder he decided to hire me as his new campaign manager. He needs something new, something different, something to make him stand out above the crowd. I just wish I knew what it was. How can I help everyone learn that Kale's policies are the best? What are his policies, by the way? I meant to look them up on the flight to Meowa, but I forgot. I guess I'm not that great of a campaign manager. Oh well, maybe Kale will get some name recognition from being in this earlier debate. That will help, right? Maybe they'll list his name first on the ballot. I know a lot of voters always pick whoever is listed first. That's what I did in high school. When there was a multiple choice question I didn't know the answer to. I'm such a good choice, guys. Come to think of it, maybe that's why I failed a lot of tests in Mrs. Drew's history class. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that Kale's campaign is not doing as well as I hoped. I was expecting him to be in the lead, not hovering around as a nameless face in the debate. I became determined to help Kale win this election, so I did the only logical thing. I went on the internet and looked up how to be a campaign manager. I got lots of great ideas. I can't wait to share them with Kale tomorrow. Guys, I don't know if we're going to win this, in which we tried to clarify important points of our platform, such as, what is our platform? Good morning, Kale. It's not that good of a morning. Why not? You clearly haven't seen the results of the primary. Well, you gave that awesome speech yesterday. I'm sure the results will be positive. I mean, sure, the debate wasn't that great, but here, look at the results. 10th place? Down from 6th. That's a drop of 4. Oh, no, I'm sorry, but at least you got higher than 39 other candidates. Look again. What are you talking about? It says that you're here in... Oh. That was a 4-way tie for 10th place, with all those candidates getting 2.3% of the vote. And there was a tie for the 2.2 and 2.1. But hey, you creamed the 0.3 candidates. I'm afraid it's the same problem I've always had. I can't find a way to distinguish myself from the other candidates. Not when there are so many cats running for office. Yeah, this is a tough job. It's like herding cats. Excuse me? Herding cats? It's just an expression. A horrible, outdated expression. Never use it again. Okay, next time I'll say something differently. Say things, after all, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Now you're trying to make me upset. Actually, I'm trying to distract you from your poll numbers. Did it work? No, but thank you anyway. I'm sure you'll do better in the next primary. After all, I only had a day to prepare for Meowa. Not a lot of time for a brand new campaign manager, you know? But North Dakota's primary is in 3 weeks. That will give us plenty of time to make a winning strategy for that state. I already thought of some ideas. Me too. But you're wrong. Excuse me? Next primary is a new Clawshire. It's in 3 days, not 3 weeks. Whoa, what? We have another primary in less than a week? But I haven't had enough time to recover from the last one. Me neither. Maybe I should just drop out of the race. Yeah, you can drop out, loser. You have to keep going. You can't just quit because it's tough. Think of all the people in your home state of Pennsylvania. They've been waiting hundreds of years for a president from their state. You can't let them down. First off, James McClellan was from Pennsylvania. Second off, I'm from Jersey. Really? You don't have an accent. Look, Jasmine, did you do any research before joining my campaign? Well, I thought I figured out you were from Pennsylvania. But actually, I did some research last night. Which is what I've been trying to get to. See, what we need is a way to make you different, a way to distinguish you from the others. You need to stand out above the crowd, even if you gotta shout out loud. Wait a second, guys, I'm gonna open my curtains a little bit more. This game is odd. I would say I need more light, but there's not a ton of light today. The sun, she has disappeared from me. Sag. That's what I've been saying all along. Once people get to know your policies and personality, they'll love you. We just need to figure out a way to get their attention. My policies? Yeah, like, do you support tax reform, education? What about the government infrastructure? What's wrong? I've got bad news, Jasmine. I don't really have any policies. You what? That's to say, I don't have anything that makes me different or unique from the other candidates. Every time we do work in the Senate, I vote along party lines. Why? Because I'm running for president. Everyone knows that the most moderate candidate in the primaries is the one who gets the nomination. Fringe candidates might be popular for a little while, but they end up alienating the base. It's the cat who can appeal to the most people that wins the vote, Jasmine. So I don't try any weird or different policies like a 30% tax rate or outlawing pantyhose. That would make voters upset with me. I see, but this time I get to tell you that you were wrong. Excuse me. I checked the issues poll last night, and guess what? You get an average score on most issues. Your score for scratching posts enthusiasts is through the roof. Really? Yeah, voters really love your stance on scratching posts. It's the most popular topic. Okay, that's not 100% true. Remember how I messed up on my research and Kale denounced smallpox as a major threat? Someone put a video on that line and they got 20,000 views. Smallpox immediately became Kale's most popular, most requested topic. I'm pretty sure that's a joke, though, so I ignored it and went with the second most popular topic. Approval rating among scratching post enthusiasts is mind-blowing 98%. We need to capitalize on that. Are you sure? I don't think you can win an election on scratching posts. Sure, I might get a few single-issue voters, but they can't carry the day in the general election. No, but they can build up momentum for you. Once voters see how excited the scratching post people are, they'll get excited too. Like, who's that cat? The one with the amazing followers, an excited crowd. I want to follow him too. He should be my president. Are you sure? Absolutely. When people learn how great you are, they'll vote for you, just like me. I mean, I never even heard of you until a few days ago, and now look at me. I'm a huge Kale fangirl. That's what we need, an army of fangirls, a huge group of people who will vote for you and convince everyone else to vote for you. They just need to learn who I am first. Right, and that's why we're starting with your most popular topic, small scratching posts. And I know just how to begin. I'll dress up in a scratching post costume and follow you everywhere. I'll dress in. Oh, yeah. What? That way you can scratch me whenever you want. It'll be super romantic. Funny joke, Jasmine. Dressing up with scratching posts. Like someone would really do that. Oh, yeah, that was totally not a serious suggestion. I meant to say, I'll sign you up to give a speech on scratching posts. That way you'll be in a huge crowd of Kale supporters. It'll look great on the evening news. No news will report on the event. I'll invite a bunch of reporters. What about people who write clickbait articles on the internet? I never read those articles because they're trash, but based on the pictures, they're mostly about women in bikinis. Maybe I could show up in my swimsuit. That could get their attention. I think it'd be a good idea for my campaign manager to show up in an event in their swimsuit. Why not? The article practically writes itself. You won't believe what Kale's manager wore to his big speech. I'm not going to give votes by causing a scandal. Oh, see, that's why I like you. You're a good, honest candidate. But, okay, I admit it. I didn't mention bikinis because I thought it would get votes. I mentioned them because, well, it's kind of a long story. See, my last boyfriend dumped me after saying my swimsuit was too hideous. He stole it, set it on fire, and laughed about how ugly I was. It was really a traumatic experience for me. Oh my God. I haven't worn a swimsuit ever since. I guess you could say I'm scared to. What if more people hate me and think I can't dress myself? But for some reason, I don't know, I cared about Kale's opinion on the topic. Like, if he thought my swimsuit was nice, it would cancel out the one jerk who thought my swimsuit was awful. It probably sounds stupid, but I know it does. But Kale's such a nice cat. I feel confident he wouldn't be mean. I can trust him, right? Am I falling? What? Here we go. Perfect. What? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. I was looking up events on my phone, and there's a big scratching post convention in New Clawshire tomorrow. Cats and people from all over the country are planning to attend, and they'll be showcasing over 400 different types of scratching posts. Bingo. The only thing they need to make the convention complete is a keynote from a popular presidential candidate. It's great. It'll be a major turning point in my campaign. See, I told you that you couldn't quit this early. Keep trying your hardest, and good things will happen. I know, and I'm sorry if I get a little sad sometimes. It's just, I've been campaigning for 10 months now. Sometimes it gets a little weary. That only makes me glad that I hired you. Some fresh blood is exactly what this campaign needs. No, Kale, what this campaign needs is you. Lots and lots of you, because you're going to win over the voters, not me. I hope that's true. I also hoped Kale would win. I knew in my heart that he was the best cat to be president in the United States. Little did I know that New Clawshire primary would go even worse than the one in Meowa. Yikes. Wait a second, I was just checking something. I knew the other person working this campaign instantly hate everything about them. Okay. We went to New Clawshire that day and booked a hotel. And then we built a pillow fort in the hotel room. No, it doesn't sound like we did much, but we were talking about while we were building. We came up with a solid plan for the next 3 days. Kale would make speeches, meet with people, and volunteer at a homeless cat shelter. The centerpiece of the plan was the Scratching Post convention. That would be the big thing, the one that got everyone's attention. Is it too late to add a Scratching Post to Kale's logo? Right now, his logo is kind of a vegetable. Which reminds me, we need to put something on this website about healthy eating. It's important to let people know to eat right. See, that's why Kale is such a great candidate. He cares about the people. He cares about the... Who are you? Here's your coffee, Mr. Kale. Thanks, Bernice. Good luck with the convention today. We're all rooting for you. Who was that? Huh? Oh, that's Bernice. That's my secretary. You have a secretary? Well, of course. Who do you think writes all the letters I send out? I don't know. I thought I was the only person working on the campaign. Bernice has been with me for years now, since the very beginning. I find it odd you didn't know about her until just now. Haven't you gotten any of her emails? No. Well, ask Bernice to add you to the email list. She'll take care of it. Okay, I'll do that right away. Is that jealousy? I was lying, of course. No way would I talk to that Bernice lady. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was the only person working on the campaign. I thought I was Kale's main supporter, his leading lady. And this whole time, he had Bernice with him? He probably likes her better than me. She's so much older and more accomplished than me. Plus, I bet she's smart. Guys always like smart women. Me, I'm not very smart. I don't know why, but I was instantly jealous of Bernice and how close she was to Kale. I mean, getting him coffee, next thing you know, she'll be going through his mail and taking his phone calls. And they'll be married. And it's goodbye, Jasmine, and hello, Mrs. Bernice Kale. I don't know why the idea bothered me so much, but it did. Like, Kale fired his old campaign manager because they were running out of money, but apparently he kept Bernice on the payroll. What would stop him from firing me and replacing me with Bernice? What if? No, I can't think that way. Kale would never replace me. Would he? How's the coffee, the one that Bernice gave you? A little cold. Ha, I knew it. Bernice is incompetent. Just hold on a second, Kale. I'll get you a new coffee. A good one. I've lost my mind. I quickly ran to the nearest coffee restaurant. The place had plenty of coffee for sale and not much else. Everyone knows restaurants do best if they sell only one product. Yeah, what can I get you? Ooh, caffeinated, please. I want a strong, caffeinated coffee. Do you want the normal size or the large size? What's the difference? The large comes in a bigger cup and it's $7 more. How much bigger is a large cup? About a quarter of an ounce. I'll take the normal. It always takes the normal. I don't get it. Once I get the coffee, I ran back to the hotel and gave it to Kale. Here you go, Kale. Fresh coffee from your #1 employee. That's okay. I already finished the other coffee and drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Okay, if you insist. My cat would literally murder me if he had to do that. Oh. Yowza! Is this caffeinated coffee? Yep, I got it just for you, and I saved $7 for our campaign, too. That's great, but I don't drink caffeinated coffee. It always puts me on edge. Oh, it does? I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I can get you another one. It's okay, you can drink this coffee. I need to get going anyway. It can't be late for my appearance at the mall. How about that? I heard that it's something good if you're late. What? Builds up excitement and anticipation. That's why politicians show up 10 minutes late to everything, including their children's birthdays. I don't have any children. You don't? Yeah, I guess I just never found the right woman to settle down with. That's why my heart's suddenly beating faster. Oh my god. Maybe you spend too much time focusing on politics and not enough time focusing on love. I'm sure you'll find a good girlfriend soon. As long as it's not Bernice. Haha, well, we're getting off topic. Shall we go? Yes, sir. We went to the event at the mall. Taking my advice, Kale showed up 10 minutes late. By the time we arrived, the mall manager had already done the ribbon-cutting ceremony without us. I thought you weren't coming, he said. What a doofus. After that, we went to the nearby college for Kale to give a speech. He talked to the Free Thinkers Club for those who are always criticizing mainstream ideas. Their policy is to question anything and everything, except themselves. Kale told them that they need to think for themselves instead of letting other people tell them how to think. They all agreed it was good to think exactly like Kale told them to. I didn't really understand it all, but Kale seemed to make a big hit. All the free thinkers cheered. Wow, Kale, that went really well. You're a great speaker. Aw, shucks, I didn't do anything special. I just told the people what they wanted to hear. That's half of politics. You're very good at it. Yeah, in reality, you shouldn't say stuff like that to liberal arts majors. Really? What should you say to liberal arts majors? I'll have a double latte with extra foam. Brrr! Wait, really? Is that the coffee I should have ordered this morning? No, that was a joke. A good political candidate knows to tell college students they're important to the future of this country, no matter what they're studying. Even if they study underwater basket weaving? Yep, underwater basket weavers are the backbone of the American economy. Just one of those really, really tiny parts of the backbone that nobody knows about. Wait, are you saying that you're willing to be dishonest in order to get elected? Of course not. I think baskets are great. I think basketball are great too. We have so much in common. Excuse me, Senator Kale. I had a question about student loan debt. See, I owe $400,000 in college tuition, and I'm still 2 years from graduation. Is there something you do to help improve my situation? Of course. I believe that. Oh, I know this one. We should make college free. We should make college free for everyone. Really? It's a great idea. Yes, if everyone has a college education, everyone will be able to find a job. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. It's a win-win scenario. Exactly. And since college tuition is super cheap, I'm sure taxes won't go up all that much. Well, thanks. I'm totally voting for Kale now. Great job talking to that student. That's another vote for me. Thanks, Kale. I learned from the best. You. Oh my gosh, look at the time. We have to leave now. Why are you? Oh, the scratching post convention. It's 10 minutes. Quick, let's get in the car and hope there's not too much traffic. What are we driving, a tractor? We drove to the convention center, making it with 2 minutes to spare. Here we are. Where do we go? I'm not sure. The organizer said that they would meet us out front. I don't see any organizers. I don't see anybody. Dude, there's a woman over there. Excuse me, ma'am. Could you point us the direction of the convention organizers? You here for the Scratching Post convention? Yeah, I'm Senator Kale, and I'm giving the keynote speech. Oh, awkward. What is it? The Scratching Post convention was canceled due to lack of interest. They sent out a message to all 4 attendees telling them to stay home. Guess you didn't get the memo, huh? Scratching Post was canceled, but the cornerstone of my campaign. Tough luck, kitty cat. No. No! I couldn't believe it. The Scratching Post convention was supposed to be Kale's breakout moment, and it was canceled. What does this mean for our campaign? Chapter 5, in which everything is terrible, but we have to pretend that it's not. It's over. I'm done for. I've lost the race. Please don't talk like that. Why not? I'm a loser. Stupid cat who never had a chance of winning. I lost Meowa, and now I'm going to lose New Clawshire. There's still 2 days before the primary. I bet you can rebound from this. What's next on the schedule? Who cares? I'm sure my next trip will be canceled, just like the convention. That convention was my big chance to talk in front of thousands of people, maybe even 10,000 people. But now, nothing. Dude, there was 4 attendees. I lost. I failed. It's all over. Cries openly. Wow, Kale's really taking this hard. If only there was one person who'd vote for me, then maybe it'd be worth it. But no, I can't even get a single vote. It's not true. I'm sure your parents will vote for you. And I'll vote for you. You will? Yes, I'll vote for you. When hell freezes over, ha! You're gonna lose. Whoever you are, Thunderpaw is gonna kick your sorry butt in the primary. You're such a pathetic candidate. I don't know why they let you in the baits. Cries openly. Don't listen to him. He's trying to get a rise out of you. He's right. I should quit. I should go home and curl up by the heater with a bottle of warm milk. That's right, crybaby. Run away from Thunderpaw. Kale ran back to his hotel room, leaving me to cancel his other appearances that day. It was heartbreaking, but what could I do? Kale's right. His campaign was in the toilet and had been ever since I took over as campaign manager. I feel like I've let him down. I've let America down. What am I saying? I can't give up yet? No. I'm going to march over to Kale's hotel room and demand that he get back in the race. He can't quit, not when he's done so much, and not when we're so close to the end of the primary season. Kale, I know you're in there. You need to come out now. Gasp. Can I help you? I was looking for Kale. He's here. He's feeling a little sad, so I'll make him feel better by giving him a belly rub. You hussy. You invite yourself into Kale's room and try to seduce him with belly rubs, you tramp. Not a tramp. Kale's my good friend. We worked together for months. And all that time you've been trying to worm your way into his good graces. Well, I have news for you. Kale doesn't like trashy girls like you. He likes nice, classy girls. What is this? You think Kale's going to date you? Better me than you. You're too old for him. You're a horrible secretary who keeps forgetting to add me to the email list. And your hair is far too shiny. You should leave Kale's life immediately and let me fix the messes you've made. Why, you dirty... Enough! Kale! I thought you were in the shower. I heard the entire thing, and I must say, it was very unprofessional. This campaign is hard enough without our team members fighting each other. Now get out of here and leave me alone, both of you. As I left the parking lot, Bernice tried to trip me. What a jerk. I hate her. The next day, Kale showed up and acted like nothing ever happened. Okay, what's on the agenda for today? A breakfast with voters, followed by brunch with an elderly group, lunch with a local union, lunch at a nearby courthouse, and early dinner with donors. I was hungry when I made up the schedule. That's okay, free meals help us save campaign money, which reminds me, how have the contributions been recently? Ever since last debate, you got $2, both of them from me. Oh dear, let's hope we raise more money with today's event. Kale worked hard that day and the next day, and I'm sure he made a difference and touched people's lives. Still, there are millions of voters in the United States. Visiting one by one isn't very effective. Maybe we should make a cat video with Kale and hope it goes viral on the internet. Tired politics as usual, vote for Kale. Everyone we met was very happy and positive, except for one person. Thunderpaw Spore. You was still here, Thunderpaw all the way. God, that obnoxious Thunderpaw Spore has been insulting us every single day we've been here. Just ignore him. Let's go back to our rooms. Why don't you give up? Nobody knows who you are. That's not true. Lots of people know who he is. Are you joking? He's a nobody. There are 40 other cats just like him. You'll be lucky if you're even a footnote in the history books. You know, we're going to passionately defend Kale. You be quiet. Kale's a great candidate. He's trying his hardest to win, but he doesn't have a chance. He keeps going, even when the odds are against him. That's what I call dedication. It's that kind of wonderful dedication that makes him an ideal candidate. If you don't agree with that, you can go climb a tree. You're an idiot. Thunderpaw will win New Clawshire. You'll see. Kale will kick Thunderpaw's butt from here to Clawshington. Now get out of my face. Fine. Later, losers. Jasmine, that was really brave of you to defend me in front of that violent person. It was the right thing to do, not just because you're my boss, but because I truly believe you're the best candidate. You're so wonderful. I don't deserve a campaign manager like you. See, Kale purred and rubbed against my legs. At first, I was shocked by his straightforward actions, but then I started to enjoy it. He's such a wonderful cat. Such a wonderful cat. I can't imagine anyone else doing a better job as president. Little I know that in New Clawshire, Kale would suffer his worst defeat yet. Oh, God. We slip something on, and let something slip, and go for a walk in the rain. Good morning. Are the results in yet? Not all of them. Only 9% of the districts have reported. In other words, the results are in. What happened? Did I win New Clawshire? Not exactly. How did I do? Well, keep in mind that there was a really low voter turnout. New Clawshire has a closed primary, and like I said, 2% of districts haven't reported yet. Quit stalling. How did I do in the primary? You got 1% of the votes. 1%! But you shouldn't feel bad. The person in the news said that New Clawshire rounds the vote counts to the nearest percentage. She probably got 1.4. Am I in last place now? No, actually there was a 30-way tie. Lots of other cats got 1%, so you shouldn't feel ashamed. Oh, really? Who did worse than me? Next closest candidate is, who is it? Mickey Mouse. Almost lost to a cartoon character? Hey, he's a pretty famous cartoon character. It's hard to compete with someone who has so much name recognition. And meanwhile, I have no name recognition because nobody has any idea who I am. This is the worst day ever. Please tell me you're thinking of quitting. Don't tell me you're thinking of quitting. There's no point in quitting now. They wouldn't have enough time to take my name off the ballot. The primary in South Catalina is tomorrow, you know. Wait, tomorrow? Yeah, are you still not on the email list? It's not my fault Bernice hates me. She's probably jealous of my relationship with you and how close we've been getting over the past few days. Excuse me? You're excused. Anyway, that doesn't matter right now. What matters is you have another debate. Another debate? What do you mean? I got a message saying the debate is the day before the South Catalina primary. We've got to hurry up and prepare. Why bother? They did so badly during the last debate. I'm never gonna give you up. Never gonna let me down? Never gonna run away from this campaign? Okay, fine, I'll prepare for the debate. Good. We spent the next several hours preparing for the debate. The good news is that this debate would be longer than the last one. Each candidate would get the chance to answer 2 questions. Granted, that's not a lot, but maybe Kale would impress voters. Maybe he would give a fantastic response that blows the nation away. Something like, I plan to balance the national budget by giving everyone free candy. Will that work? If we promised candy, would people vote for us? Is that why they hold elections in November, close to Halloween? No matter, I didn't have any candy to give out anyways, but there was, if there was any candy in the area, it must have been sour gumballs because the debate moderator was in a horrible mood. Okay, let's get this farce of a debate over with. Senator O'Neill, your performance has been pitiful, and even your own wife says you won't win. Why are you even here? Believe it or not, that was one of the nicer questions the moderator asked. It was almost like he was trying his hardest to insult each and every candidate. I mean, sure, the moderator works for a TV station run by the opposite political party, but I expected him to be fair and impartial. After all, the media says they are fair and impartial, so it must be true. Anyway, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. The mean moderator will probably be fired after this debate for treating candidates like dirt. But still, I hope the moderator would at least try to be nice to Kale. No such luck. Senator Kale, you used to be the 6th most popular candidate, now you're at the bottom of the heap. Why haven't you dropped out of the race yet? I don't want to quit because I think I can still win. You need a reality check, Governor Malone. Same question. Why hasn't Kale dropped out of the race yet? Can't answer that question because he's afraid. Afraid to admit he was wrong all along. No, I meant to say sniffles. That was the moment when my heart broke in half, seeing Kale almost cry on stage. It made me sadder than I'd ever been in my whole life. I got out of my seat and walked toward the door. I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't stand to watch Kale's campaign crash and burn. The cat I loved going to the dogs, it was too much for me to bear. I wandered lonely as a cloud through the street of South Catalina, and as I walked, I sang. I'm not singing for you guys. I'm not going to sing. Kale is failing the debate, and that is not great because I love him. I love him, and I know that Kale is an amazing cat. Kale, you deserve a lot of votes. Your campaign should not choke. It's actually a great campaign. I'm proud to be your manager, even if my performance is lackluster. You deserve to be president both in ancient times and times current. You could lead any country with your skills through the good times, through the ills. I love you more than you'll ever know. I'm sorry that I have to go. After today, we'll leave and never see each other again. We know that your campaign is through. Kale, I love you. I sang, but it made no difference. No one was there to hear me. That was when I happened to wander by a pet store. Oh, dear God. Why do you have so many turtles? Sale, pet clothes. Do you say pet clothes? Yep, we got Halloween costumes, sweaters, and hats, all designed to make your pet look great. Hats. Hats. That's what Kale used to make him stand out. He's a cute little hat. I will buy a hat immediately. Whoa, don't get too excited. I got plenty of hats for sale. Do you happen to have a cheap one or the expensive one? I want the expensive one. Take the expensive one. I don't care how much it costs. It'll save Kale's campaign. It's worth it. That'll be $30. Could you maybe go for 20? Sure, I guess. I ran back to the debate area as fast as I could, making it just in time for the halftime break. I used my credentials to get backstage. I refused to give up on Kale's campaign. I don't know the meaning of the word quit. I don't know the meaning of the word credentials either. Kale, I got something for you. Why bother? The second half of the debate will go just as badly as the first half. Not anymore. I bought you this. Oh, yes! Meow? Is this a hat? Oh, you look so cute. Everyone will love you. I don't know. Hats aren't my style. Kale, you listen to me. You've always wanted a way to stand out from the other cats, right? Well, this is your chance. Your chance to stop being Kale the nobody and start being the cat with the hat. Are you sure? Yes. I know I've screwed up a few times since I started this job, but I'm positive. There is no possible way this can backfire. Well, I guess there's no way this debate can get any worse. And besides, it's kind of cute. See? It's perfect. I love you, Kale. You love me? Oops, I didn't mean to say that. I just blurted it out. I mean, good luck in the debate. I left the room before Kale could ask any awkward questions. I went back to my seat in the audience, where I eagerly awaited the second half of the debate. The instant they raised the curtain, people started buzzing about Kale. Who's that cat? The one with the amazing hat. That's Kale. Wow, he really sticks out from the others. He looks so distinguished, so much more professional than the rest. Yeah, the others look like cats who would wear a piece of bread on their head. But not Kale. He's got class. I am the greatest political manager ever. Even the moderator knows Kale's new headgear. Senator Kale, that hat looks impressive. Thank you. What's your opinion on the economy? The economy is strong, but we need to find a way to improve it. We can always do better and keep going. There's no reason to quit, even if it looks like the odds are against us. The audience loved the new Kale. He was so popular. The moderator gave him 3 extra questions, and he got a standing ovation for his response on the gold standard. People couldn't get enough of Kale. It was the best response I could hope for. If we could keep this moment going, Kale would win the presidency for sure. Chapter in which the primary comes to a close, and our life is about to change forever. Oh, God. Next day, I spent my time giving out free stickers at the mall. Every sticker said, "Vote for Kale." Aeropostale. Famous paw wear. Fur. Here, have a free sticker. Vote for Kale. Wow, thanks. No problem. Hey, you, don't forget to vote today. Have a free sticker. Am I, like, slapping the stickers on people? Thanks a lot. I'll be sure to vote for Kale now. Wait, who's Kale? Is he the cat with the awesome hat? Because he was my favorite. That is Kale, the best dressed cat in the competition. Any cat who can run his wardrobe that well can run a country. Kale all the way. Kale, Kale, Kale. What are you doing? I thought maybe we could start a Kale chant. I already voted today. See my sticker? Hope you voted for Kale. Actually, I think Miss Stuckles, build a time machine and go back and vote for Kale. Yes, ma'am. Great. Take some free stickers with you. Stickers, free stickers. Vote for Kale, the fashionable cat. Hey, Jasmine, things going well? Yep. Oh my gosh, everyone. Kale is here in the mall. Kale, could you give me some fashion advice? I can't decide which blouse to wear for a job interview tomorrow. Please sign my business card. Pictures, pictures. Take some pictures with me and my family. Marry me, Kale. Stay away from my candidate, you crazy person. Kale shook everyone's hands and took a couple of group shots. Then mall security scattered the crowd and helped escort us to lunch. Phew, I thought we'd never get out of that crowd. Me too. I don't know who called the security guards. Bernice. I did. Ah, Bernice, good to see you were thinking ahead. Oh no, he thinks she's smarter than me. Well, it's been like this all day. Everywhere I go, I've attracted crowds. I didn't know that. Unlike some people, I've been working the campaign trail all day. I've been working. Got us an interview on Cat News Network tonight. Wow, a TV interview? The day of the primary? That's great. Yeah. Great. Thanks, Bernice. Well, she always have to do everything better than me. I called in the food orders ahead of time. That way lunch can be as short as possible. We can go back to campaigning right away. Thanks. You ordered my usual? Of course. Hope you ordered me a sandwich. Hope you ordered me a sandwich. No, I didn't. We're ordering from a sushi place. Sushi gang. I don't even like cooked fish. It's my favorite. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. It's just, that's okay, Jasmine. Why don't you and I have dinner tonight together? Just the two of us. Really? I need to thank you for coming up with the hat idea. It really saved my campaign. That's so great. I'd love to have dinner with you. Huh? What is it, Bernice? Nothing. Let's get the food. Okay. What was that about? Is she jealous of me? Well, she should be jealous of me. I have a date with Kale tonight. Oh my gosh, is it really a date? What if he has feelings for me? That would be so wonderful because I can't deny it. I have feelings for him. It's just so wonderful, amazing. If I could become his girlfriend. Oh my god. But he'd never want to date a ditzy girl like me. He'd rather date someone smarter and more experienced, like Bernice. Still, a girl can dream, can't she? I scheduled my dinner with Kale for 6. Why? Bowls goes at 5. We could read the results together. I'm sure they would be good. And they were. This game is odd. What's it say now? You're leading the minority candidates with 5% of the vote. Good, good. Wait, another district is reporting. It's updating now. You're up to 8. No, 10%. Double digits? That's great. Looks like you're neck and neck with DJ Nibbles. That makes sense. He's from South Catalina. Everyone expects him to take the state since he's the hometown hero. I don't care. You deserve to win. You are the... Hey, I think it's updating again. No, wait. I just got an email from my grandmother. She says she doesn't know how to send emails and needs help. If she doesn't know how to send emails, how did she send you one? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, turning my phone off now. I don't want anything to distract us during our dinner. During our celebration dinner, we need to celebrate your genius. It's not genius. I'm not a genius. I'm a normal girl who just happened to get lucky. After all, I'm with you right now. There's nothing lucky about being with me. Oh, but there is. I'm very lucky to get to spend so much time with you. You're a wonderful cat, and you're a wonderful campaign manager. If it wasn't for you, I'd be in last place right now. You're being too hard on yourself. I think you can win no matter who your campaign manager is. That's how great of a candidate you are. Really? Yeah. Sure, the hat may have gotten everyone's attention, but it was you who held their attention. Yes, but you broke the original dam and got everyone's attention. I can't thank you enough. I'm sure this dinner will be enough. Where are we going? You're the woman of the hour. You pick. A rundown hot dog stand. Hot dog stand, one of those little carts where they charge $20 for a wiener that's been sitting in a heater all day long. Overcooked meat is my favorite. Really? Oh, but we can't go to a good hot dog stand. We want one of the rundown hot dog stands that's cracked and missing a wheel. I feel so dangerous when I get food at one of those. You're joking, right? This is a celebration dinner, not a junk food run. Okay, where would you like to go? How about a nice restaurant? You're on. We went to a restaurant called La Chat Bleu. I think it's a French for cats are amazing. The person there took one look at Kale and bumped us up the front of the waiting line, gushing about how it was Le Grand to a famous politician in the restaurant. Oh my god, I'm just looking at all the pictures on the wall. There's a picture of a dog. I like the one in the top left corner. That cat's just chilling. He's like, please stop. Please. So what do you think? Wow, this place is super classy, way better than what I'm used to. I bet they don't give out food and doggy bags here. Probably not. I love the picture of famous cats on the wall. It's so atmospheric. Only cat I want to look at right now is you, Kale. Jasmine. No, this is wrong. I can't. What's wrong? I'm a bad cat. What? No, you're not. Please, Kale, tell me what's wrong. He's acting so strange and fidgety. His tail is twitching like crazy. What could be causing this? I'm sorry, I'm just nervous because I don't know how to say this. We've known each other for a month now. For a month, right? Yeah, I mean, almost. In cat years, that's 6 months. I know it's only a short period of time for humans, but for me, it's been quite a while, and it feels like we've really gotten to know each other in that time. I know what you're saying. My whole life has become dedicated to you, Kale. You're practically all I ever think about, and you're practically all I ever think about, Jasmine. I try to focus on the presidential campaign and other things, but my mind always comes back to you, your smile, your effort, your everything that makes up you. I love you, Jasmine. I love you too, Kale. You do? Yes. I've known it for days now, but I've just been too shy to admit it. That's a relief. I was worried. Worried you'd get mad and quit the campaign if I told you how I felt. I would never leave you, Kale. Never. Nothing could distract me from... Is that your phone? I thought I turned it off. What is the... Hey, don't pull out your phone. We're in a restaurant. I just want to check. Oh my gosh! What is it? You won the primary! I did? In first place with 56% of the votes is Kale. We did it! We won! I grabbed Kale and jumped up and down. He threw his paws around my neck and kissed me passionately. I didn't care that we were in public. All I cared about was that I finally with the man of my dreams, even if the man of my dreams turned out to be a cat. Bestiality! Bestiality! All our hard work was finally paying off. Kale went from the bottom of the polls to having the party nomination in sight. The only question was, could we keep this momentum going? I don't feel right. In which we learned to keep our hearts open and our windows shut and come up with a brilliant new plan. When I woke up in my bedroom the next morning, I was half inclined to believe that the entire night had been a dream. Everything has been so great and wonderful. I couldn't believe it. Good morning, Jasmine. Good morning. What are you doing in my bedroom? You invited me to sleep in your dresser drawer last night, remember? I did? Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm usually not so straightforward when it comes to romance. Haha, don't worry about it. The relationship is new to me, too. If you're not comfortable with something, we can move at your pace. Thank you, Kale. You're so understanding. Can I pet you? Sure. I petted Kale on the back. His fur was soft and smooth. Are you purring? Yes, it makes me happy when you pet me. It makes me happy, too. Now get out. What? I have to change out of my pajamas and get ready for today. Oh, okay, I should probably get out and get some breakfast myself. See you later, cutie. Aw, he just called me cutie. Isn't he the sweetest? I thought being a campaign manager would be fun. I had no idea it would lead to romance. Quickly got changed to style my hair. An extra fancy do for my extra fancy dude. Good morning, Kale. You're in a really good mood considering what happened last night. What do you mean? Last night we went on a date and... Oh. That's right, I had forgotten. Our date had been interrupted by Bernice. She said the TV network wanted to follow-up interview Kale now that he was the official winner. Kale turned her down because he was busy with me. She was not happy, and neither were the news people. Kale seemed to think that ruined the entire evening, but I didn't care. I was just happy to be with him. I told you, that doesn't matter. All that matters is you're the winner of the primary. So what's next on the campaign agenda? It's the day with the funny name, if I remember history class correctly. Super Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, Super Fat Tuesday. Sometimes I can't tell if you're joking or not, Jasmine. They got rid of Super Tuesday a long time ago. They did? But it was my favorite holiday. Ha! I can tell you're joking now. So, is this something that happened after they decided only cats could run for office? Yep. Instead of holding primaries in every state, they decided that primaries would only be held in the 3 most important states. New Clawshire counts as one of 3 most important states in the country? Yes, of course. Why wouldn't it? I'm going to be honest here. In geography class, I could never know the difference between New Clawshire and Vermont. They look so similar and they're so close together. Why can't they join up and form one bigger state? That would call it New Vermontshire. Same as all the other tiny states. They should join forces and become a super state. It'd just be like that TV show I watched as a kid. Super state, saving the day. Super state, don't get in its way. Are you singing? I'm not singing, you're singing. What? No, I'm not. You are. I heard you howling in the moon last night. The neighbors threw shoes at you. That didn't happen. You're right. I was just joking. Oh. Getting back to the primaries, though. Usually if a cat wins 2 or 3 of the primaries, they go on to the general election. Well, he won South Catalina, so that's good. Who won the other 2 primaries? You might remember them from the first debate. It's Dr. Nom-Noms and Thunderpaw. Thunderpaw! The best cat in the world! Get out of my window! Not this guy again. Thunderpaw! 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 You 2 are going down. You're gonna be defeated. There's no way you can win against the might that is Thunderpaw. He's gonna take your hat, which is awesome hat, by the way, dude. You're going to crush it under his Thunderpaw. Thunderpaw is yesterday's news. The future is all Kale. Yeah, the Sharpclaw National Convention is gonna pick me to be their candidate. You just wait and see. You just wait and see. When Thunderpaw's in the White House, you'll be in the streets picking through garbage cans. Don't talk about my boyfriend that way. Boyfriend? What are you doing? Why are you at my house? Please tell me I heard wrong. It's true, Bernice. Jasmine and I are dating now. I was going to tell you later today. Maybe you didn't get the message. Like the email list you keep forgetting to put me on. You stay out of this, you hussy. Hussy? How dare you try to win Kale's affections? Don't you know he loves me? Get real, Bernice. He loves me. But I've known him longer. He had 10 months to win his affections and he failed. Now it's my chance to win Kale's heart. And guess what? I already did. I lost my one chance at true love. Now I'll never get married. Hey, that's not true. I'm sure that's a great guy for you out there. Someone like me. You gotta be kidding. You're rude and obnoxious. Thank you. That wasn't a compliment, you lunkhead. The 2 of them left, still arguing with each other. I breathed a sigh of relief. Kale, however, looked worried. That didn't go well. What do you mean? Bernice has been with my campaign since day 1, and she was really upset to learn that we're dating. What if all my supporters feel the same way? Bernice is just jealous. I'm sure your supporters will be more open-minded about you dating your campaign manager. Are you sure? Maybe we should keep our relationship a secret. Trust me, having a secret relationship is a surefire way to destroy a political career. And besides, don't you want people to know about us? I do. That is, I don't want to keep it a secret. I love you. And if other people disapprove, then they don't matter. That's right. The only thing that matters is our love and the National Convention. What do we have to do for that? We meet with the party leaders and they pick who the presidential candidate is. Really, I thought the candidates were decided by the way people voted. Haha, that might have been true forever ago. Not since the Tushy campaign. The Tushy campaign? Didn't you learn about that in history class? No, our classes never got past the Civil War. None of the kids learned anything that happened in the past 100 years. Oh, well, that was back when they had primary elections in every state. Bianca won 30 states, and Abraham Lincoln won 15. Tushy won only 5. Tushy was the party favorite, so the leaders picked her to go to the general election. The people are furious and almost revolted. That's why we switched over to the new system of only having 3 primaries. And that makes sense, I guess. I just wish I knew who the party favorite was. Who do the Sharp Claw leaders like more? Me, Thunderpaw, or Dr. Nom Noms? I don't know, but I think I know a way to tip the odds in your favor. How? To the hat store. Do we get a fancier hat now? Is that what we're doing? A new challenger approaches. We try to make everything better with hats. Man, I'm all stuffy, man. Yeah, allergies are kicking my butt today. This hat looks perfect on you. What about this one? Oh, I like that one too. Not the cat in the hat. Oh, such a great idea. If I wear these hats to the National Convention, I'll be sure to win. Which reminds me, I checked the news. Thunderpaw is trying to win by running a smear campaign against you. That's pretty much what I expected out of him. Meanwhile, Dr. Nom Noms is not campaigning at all. He went home and had a sandwich for lunch. Maybe he's so confident of winning that he doesn't think he has to try. No way is he gonna beat us that easily. We've got hat power and your great debate skills. Thanks. This is a debate. All I'm doing is meeting with the party leaders. And the meeting is at 1 p.m., right? Right. They meet with each of us separately for a few hours. You sure I can't come along? No, you can't. It's a sort of decision that gets made behind closed doors. That's not fair. I'm your campaign manager. I should be allowed to attend. Sorry, if you want to attend something, you can attend the Sharp Claw Billionaire Convention, which is coincidentally being held at the exact same time in the exact same town. No, thanks. Just waiting for you to finish. I hope you have good luck. Luck? With that awesome outfit? I don't need luck. Kale left me that afternoon to visit the National Convention. I decided to bide my time at the hotel room. I was a nervous wreck the whole time. Would he win? Would he lose? I didn't know, because I had no idea who would be doing the voting. It's okay. Kale said he always voted along party lines, right? I'm sure the party leaders will like that. Maybe he should mention scratching posts, just to be on the safe side. Kale's a good speaker, obviously, but I'm horrible when it comes to job interviews. The last one I had, the interviewer asked me what my biggest weakness is. I thought he was asking a different question, so I interrupted and shouted, George Washington. I had a lot of things mixed up during that interview, like I mistook money for food, and I thought customer service was when you give customers a deep tissue massage while they're waiting in the checkout line. Needless to say, I didn't get that job at the post office, especially since the job was supposed to be at a grocery store. I don't know what the interviewer's problem was, though. Grocery store clerks need massages, too. Wait, that's it. Kale should give the party leaders a massage. Then we'd win the vote for sure. Okay, I'm babbling. I can't handle this. I'm too nervous. I need to do something with my time. I should go to the store and make a sign for Kale. A sign that says, congratulations. I know, it should say congratulations, Kale, because he's going to win. What a great idea. I made my sign and went back to the convention area. The convention itself was actually kind of neat. Sharp Claws from all over the country were gathered to see who their next presidential nominee would be. I arrived shortly before the big announcement. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the 3 primary winners. Winner of Meowa, Dr. Nom Noms. The winner of New Clawshire, Thunderpaw. And the winner of South Catalina, Kale. I should be the nominee. Kale's an idiot, and Dr. Nom Noms isn't actually paying attention to what's going on. Huh? What was that? Did I miss something? Hello, everyone. It's an honor to be here in front of you today. The party leaders have met, and they picked the cat who is most likely to lead our party to victory. Say hello to your newest candidate. Kale. Woo! I lost? How is this possible? The people who picked Kale must be idiots. Oh good, my campaign ends here. I can go home now. I won? I won! Yes! Yay! Kale! 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 That was it, the big event that Kale had worked so hard for. But he looked sad. Alright, enough cheering. Tired now. He was busy for the rest of the night, talking to people and taking photographs. He didn't come back to the hotel until 11 o'clock. Phew, I finally got away. You're back late. Looks like every single person at the convention wanted to talk to me. I've never been so popular. Why do you look so sad? Is this what you wanted? It is, but I think I know why they picked me over the others. It's because the other political party has picked Frederica as their candidate. Who's Frederica? Think of her as my exact opposite. She's angry, shaved cat who doesn't approve of furs or hats. Wow, it's like your opponent is your evil twin. I think that's why they picked me. In politics, it's good to pick someone who's as different as possible from the competition. That makes it easier to draw comparisons. So there's Frederica. She must be a what? Democrat? Republican? Those political parties both ended a long time ago when it was revealed that they were funded by the same people. Oh, so Frederica is a member of the FF, the Fancy Furball Party. She spent the past 10 years in Congress. Wow, a very experienced leader. You can bet she's going to go after me for being a first-term senator. She'll say the country needs grace and experience, not youth and tacky hats. Your hats look amazing, but Frederica thinks all hats are awful. She tried to ban hats, mustaches, and beards last year. Wow, that's a little extreme, but I'm sure you're overreacting. She'll probably run a clean campaign. I hope so. I don't like to engage in dirty politics. Just for my own reference, I looked up Frederica on my phone. She looked like a mean cat, the kind that you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alleyway at night. There's a lot of links there. Frederica for president, Frederica Victory Center, Frederica launches new attack ads. What was that last one? Frederica launched a series of attack ads on our opponent Kale, mere hours after his nomination. The first attacks Kale's record, and the second attacks his campaign manager, and the third, wait, an ad that insults me? Uh-oh. Watch it. That's it. I'm watching this. I pressed the play video button on my phone. The ad started. Kale, a pathetic loser who doesn't deserve anything but a place in a litter box. His campaign failed so badly that he had to fire his staff and replace them with a brainless idiot who never made it to college. Why? She failed SATs because she misspelled her own name. What the? That's slander. Besides, I can explain that. Her other achievements include accidentally gluing her nose to a light bulb and getting kicked out of the local swimming pool for running around naked singing Polly Wolly Doodle. No fair bringing that up. That happened when I was 3. The pool thing, that is, the light bulb thing was last week. That's the kind of person Kale supports because he's so desperate he'll hire anyone as long as they work for free. That reminds me, how much are you paying me? We'll discuss that later. Do you really want a failure like that running our country? No. 100 times, no. Vote for someone with dignity and experience. Vote for Frederica. Paid for by the Jasmine is an idiot who must be stopped organization. Why does an organization like that even exist? Who runs something like this? Oh, what is it? It says here that the leader of the organization is my ex-boyfriend, Bill, the one who dumped me for a really mean reason. I'm sorry, Jasmine. This is all my fault. No, it's not. It's Frederica's. But I'm the reason you ever involved with this. Maybe the committee was right. Maybe I should let you go. What? What committee? The party leaders. They want me to use one of those professional campaign managers for the general election. They think you are too much of a wild card. I'm not a wild card. I'm always smart and sensible. No, you're a wild card, but that's okay. I love you for it. Oh, thanks, Kale, but seriously, they wanted you to replace me? That's horrible. I tried to talk them out of it, but in the end, I agreed to add 3 of their managers to my team. 3? You brought in 3 people to do my job? I didn't have a choice. And think of it this way. You have a lot of free time now. With 3 people helping with the campaign, well, I bet you'll do pretty much all the work for you. That's a good point, but still, I find this hard to believe. Me too. I'd been so focused on the primaries, I thought everything had ended when we won South Catalina. Now it looked like things were just beginning. Could I handle this? Attack ads, Frederica, a group of new Sharp Claw employees guiding the campaign as they see fit? These things worried me, but I knew I couldn't stop. I had to be there for Kale, no matter what happened. We would get through it together. In which we go paw to paw with Frederica and find out who the next cat president will be. I can't do it. I can't do it. Kale, you have to. No, I can't decide. There are too many options. Just pick one. No, you can pick one because I won't. I absolutely refuse to. Why are you so stressed out about picking a vice president? So I picked the wrong cat. It could ruin the entire campaign. You're exaggerating. I learned about this stuff in high school. You're supposed to pick a vice president who compliments you. One who's strong in the things that you're weak on. It's not how things work anymore. Really? What are vice presidents like today? The popular vice president pick is the crazy person. Someone who's stupid or ridiculous or both. Someone who is in no way qualified to lead the country. I don't understand. It's popular to pick a horrible person as vice president? Yep. It helps prevent assassinations and the like. Anyone who dislikes me won't want to get rid of me because they'll know my replacement will be 100 times worse. What other type of vice presidents are there? There's the vice president who secretly wants to steal your job, the butt-kissing VP who does everything you say, and the VP that you send to do random errands while you stay at home and watch TV. What kind of random errands does the president have? Tons! Everyone wants to meet the president, but if you send a boring VP to them a few times, eventually they stop inviting you to events. Wow, I never thought of it that way. I guess the vice president pick is very important. So you agree. What type of vice president should I pick? Can we nominate a human for the VP? Well, only cats can be politicians, so they'd have to undergo the human-to-cat surgery first. Great, I have the perfect person in mind. A crazy person. You have to go with the classic. Pick a crazy person who makes you look super good in comparison. Do you have anyone in mind? Is it me? Kale won't fail. Vote for Kale. Vote for Kale. He's the best cat who ever lived. I'm honored to be his vice president pick. Kale all the way. Thanks, Jasmine. That's a huge weight off my shoulders. I'm happy to do whatever I can to help. Although if you change your mind and decide to pick me as your VP, I won't complain. You're so cute. I love it when you make jokes like that. Ahem. Bernice. If you two could stop being kissy-kissy for a moment, we have important work to accomplish here. We weren't getting kissy-kissy. What's the news, Bernice? More attack ads from Frederica. The thunder peal gets me, dude. Frederica. A distinguished and famous cat, the only cat to have declared war on 3 countries while simultaneously winning the Nobel Peace Prize. If I'm elected president, I expect the GDP to double, maybe even triple. Plus, I've built a machine that takes carbon from the air and uses it to power hover cars. They're 100% fuel efficient, and they even have cup holders. Compare that to the sharp-clawed candidate Kale, who has got stuck inside a cup holder. Not true! He is a fool and a disgrace to this country. If he's elected, he will undo all the progress that the fancy furballs have achieved in the past 15 years. Kale's an empty-headed obstructionist who does whatever his evil overlords tell him. Not true, Kale doesn't do everything I say. I once ate a cafeteria food for 3 days straight. Even I can't stomach Kale. He's a horrible influence, the worst cat for the country. Which brings us to the worst thing about Kale. It's not his inexperience, his stupidity, his failed policies, his overblown ego, or his love of cauliflower. No. It's his hat. My hat? She cannot be insulting your hat. Hats are stupid. Pointless. No self-respecting cat should ever wear one. But you'll notice Kale wears the same tired hat all the time. Frankly, it's pathetic. Perhaps he's overcompensating for his inability to do anything correctly. That would be my guess. I'm Frederica, and I'm delighted to approve this message. Paid for by the committee to elect Frederica because Kale's hat is dumb. P.S. Kale's hat is dumb. Really dumb. No! They took the strongest point of your campaign and mercilessly stepped on it. And they're right. That's the worst part. They're right? No, they're not. Your hat is awesome. Get real. I'm running for president. You think I can win with a stupid gimmick like a hat? It's over. My political career is over. I'm going to be assigned to the litter box of history. No one will ever remember me, and the only time my name will be mentioned is during trivia nights. That is not true. You're going to be remembered as one of the greatest presidents this country has ever had. Besides, you'll be remembered by our kittens. I am a human, if that is a cat. You're pregnant? How's that even possible? What are you talking about? Of course I'm not pregnant. Oh, I see what you mean. I phrased that badly. Let me try again. You'll be remembered by our family, as in fact we decided someday to take that leap and have a family together, but if you don't want to, that's totally okay by me. You should probably forget I ever said anything. Wow, I didn't know you were that serious about this relationship. Why wouldn't I be serious about a relationship? It's a long-term relationship. Just like your presidential campaign. You're too sweet. You're trying to cheer me up. It's just, I never thought about having kids. You can't. It's a biological impossibility. Get out of here, Bernice. It's couple time now. Whatever. She's right. The only way we could have children together is through a surrogate. Would you rather have the baby or should I? Not to spoil the mood, but this conversation is making me feel really uncomfortable. Oh, right, sorry. Hee, I guess we both sometimes say awkward things, huh? It's because we're both deeply committed to this relationship. I just wish the country was as deeply committed to my presidential campaign. Hey, the polls show that you're winning a lot of states. That's good. Yes, but that's to be expected. We already know what most of the votes will be. We do? Yes, for example, no one bothers to campaign in California. There's no point. They've been voting for the fancy furball since the beginning of time. So when we're running a campaign, it's almost like that state doesn't count. No, not just that one. 95% of states have voted the exact same way in the past 10 elections. That means we already know who they'll vote for. Wow. Are you saying the election will be decided by 1 or 2 states? Yep. Both on the East Coast. That explains why we spent most of our campaign in these 2 states. Yes, but it's not just us. Frederica has been heavily advertising those areas, and when voters see her latest attack ads... What if you make up a counterattack ad? Make fun of her for shaving off all her fur in winter. Everyone knows you're only supposed to do that in the summer. That'd be petty, mean-spirited, and pointless. So it's good politics? Perhaps. I don't want to sink down to her level. Maybe we can sneak into her house and beat her up. No, what are you saying? Violence isn't the answer. Oops, sorry, maybe. Sorry, we've come to fix the problem. What? Kale, come with us. We've developed a strategy to crush Frederica underfoot. Hey, Kale and I were going to solve the problem together. Our apologies, but this job is for serious campaign managers, not first-timers. Ugh, big meaties. It's okay, Jasmine. I'll see you later, okay? Okay, I guess. I like all the rooms we're in are just like old farmhouse rooms. Kale left with the sharp-clawed campaign managers. I was sad, confused, and doubtful. What would happen next? What would our future be? How would this campaign end? All I can do now is wait and hope for the best. Based on your responses throughout this game, you unlocked the normal ending. Why is it potatoes? The request of advisors, Kale launched a series of attack ads against Frederica. Frederica says she is a fancy furball. She's lying. She doesn't even have fur. Kale, on the other hand, is covered with thick, luscious fur, topped off with an amazing hat. He's clearly the cat to lead this country. Vote for Kale in the election. You'll be glad you did. I'm Kale, and I reluctantly approve this advertisement. He'll say that you wholeheartily approve. But I don't approve of attack ads. I don't want to win the presidency by insulting the competition. I want to win because I'm a better candidate. Are you a better candidate? Yes. I've overcome the terrible odds and fought difficult struggles. While Frederica ran her campaign from the comforts of her own mansion, I'm the cat who's been out on the street working hard every single day to make ends meet. Frederica, she's a pampered princess. Vote for Kale, the hard-working cat. I'm not ashamed to wear a hat. Like it's beneath the dignity of a presidential candidate. If it's good enough for millions of Americans, it's good enough for me. Vote Kale. He's just like you, only he's a cat. If elected, I promise to fight injustice, improve education, and not take catnaps in between Senate meetings. The Senate is boring, but Kale still pays attention to it. Vote Kale. He's willing to do the things that others are not. If I'm elected, I promise to increase the narrator's pay by 15%. I'm voting for you, Kale! If elected, I plan to maintain the sound financial policies of my predecessor. Vote for Kale. Things are pretty good right now, and he'll make sure that they stay that way. Vote Kale, the turtle that won't enact any major changes. I'm not a turtle, I'm a cat. It's just an expression. Not a nice expression. Vote for Kale. He doesn't understand how expressions work. Kale and the narrator went on like that for several hours. Most of the material was junk, but some of it made for good advertisements. You think there'll be enough to win the election? I don't know. All we can do is hope it works. Maybe we should run an ad explaining the history of hats. It'll help people understand how committed you are to the hat cause. But I'm not committed to the hat cause. The only reason I wear the hat all the time is because you bought it for me. Aw, that's so cute. The fact that it helps my approval ratings is a huge plus. Hey, maybe you could buy me a hat. Then we'd be matching. Why stop there? Let's have every Kale supporter wear hats and march on Closhington. Equal rights for hats. It's going a little overboard. I guess you're right. That would give everyone a bad case of hat hair. We ran Kale's advertisements during sports games, comedy shows, and soap operas. We also ran some online advertisements and promoted a play called From Obscurity to Hat-Loving Hero. Only 2 cities decided to put on the play, but it got good reviews. Kale's campaign didn't gain much momentum, but neither did Frederica's. The two of them were trapped in a deadlock. During the debates, nobody got the upper hand, or paw. Jesus. I do not like hairless cats. They are so bizarre. They're so weird. They're like, I mean, look at that. It's an uncooked chicken. Kale's not the right choice for this country. I believe the government should represent the people. Cats should never wear hats. He's a disgrace to our entire species. People deserve a leader who will guide them with integrity. Why do you trust me? Who do you trust? Me, a cat who's willing to show what she looks like, or Kale, a cat who hides behind a facade of fur and hats? My budget will cut wasteful spending. My budget is as transparent as my skin. Frederica has nothing to hide. She's always trying to insult me in my campaign. I think she's overcompensating for the fact that deep down she wishes she had her own hat, perhaps a sun hat to cover up her skin. Under my administration, the government will not give itself another pay increase. I'm going to take a pay cut. The debate was a major cat fight between Kale and Frederica. I checked the results halfway through, and there was nothing. I mean, sure, the debate spawned a bunch of memes and cat pictures, but nothing of substance. Kale and Frederica were polling at the exact same numbers, with no change to their approval rating either. Also, Kale's 3-minute speech, the one that carefully and thoughtfully explained all the problems with the country and how to solve them, the news websites ignored the whole speech and only quoted 4 words of the first sentence, and they still got the quotation out of context. I feel like an idiot, because it took me 2 weeks to write that speech. In the second half of the debate, the fur started to fly, so to speak, for Frederica doesn't have any fur. Welcome back to the presidential debate, brought to you by Chewy Classic Cat Food. The debaters are Frederica, of the Fancy Furball Party, and Kale, the Sharp Claw Party. The first question is for both candidates. Before I begin, I just want to do this. Hey! Where did Kale go? Who's the cat on stage with Frederica? He looks familiar somehow. Maybe it's Frederica's VP? Looks like Snugglepuss, or Furlino, or Taily. I can never tell the difference between those two cats. Oh no! Nobody recognizes Kale without his hat. You see how boring and useless he is? Without the hat, he is nothing. Why is she brutally attacking that poor, helpless cat? How rude. I came here to see Kale, not to see Frederica bully other cats. Boo! Boo! The audience is restless. I should take advantage of this. We want Kale! We want Kale! We want... Give me back. Give me that back, you violent maniac. Yay, Kale's back! Hooray! It was the weirdest debate that I'd ever attended, which is saying something. I've attended like 3 of them, I think. I forgot. The debate was a turning point for our campaign, not because we did any better, but because Frederica started pulling worse. People saw her true colors that night, and it wasn't pretty. She wasn't pretty either. I mean, Frederica is okay if you like hairless cats, but give me gorgeous Kale any day of the week. And Kale, he rode the wave of dissatisfaction with Frederica all the way to the White House. Who did he pick as his first lady? Hee hee, I bet you can figure out yourself, but if you really want to know, unlock the good ending. Aw, shit. I'm not playing through the whole game again. I'm not playing through Kale's. Hail to the chief! We got achievement! Win the president for your candidate in any pathway. Okay, skipping the credits, probably.
Hey, everybody.
The lovable loser. Unlock any ending in Kale's pathway. This is another achievement. Presidential potential. Unlock any ending. Any more? Okay. So, marry a cat. Unlock any DJ Nibbles, Dr. Nom Noms, Friskies, Thunderpaw, Rover. Unlock all endings. Jesus. Join a cat's... Suggest a truly awful campaign slogan. Save money by picking a cheaper option on the campaign. Treat your candidate like the animal he is. Don't stand in the way of Lizzie's love life. Allow for a free and open debate. Find characters played by the writer and the programmer. Check out the bonus materials. Mess up typing in your name in the beginning. That's hilarious. So, that's Cat President. A more perfect union. We're not going to start another one of the campaigns because I just don't have time to play through a full another one. I don't know. I might play more of this on the channel randomly. This game is kind of hilarious and is great for just kind of chilling. I hate the fact that the music like just stops. It's very odd that the music just stops. So I apologize for it being dead silent right now, but this game's hilarious. As I said, we might inadvertently come back and end up playing like another campaign here or there because it's hilarious and it's great for when I need to fill in a little bit of time on the channel. So this is hilarious. This is actually hilarious. This was a good time. Really grateful for just a little one-off. I don't know what we're gonna be doing for the week. We're gonna have a video coming out this week, and then after that, I don't know, guys. We'll probably be streaming again on Wednesday. I don't know what we'll be streaming. We might just do another one of the campaigns for this, and do one of the other cats just because this game's funny and it's great for, as I said, one-offs. Friday, we're starting a new series of new games coming out on Friday. We're gonna be playing that. Other than that, I don't know. Hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. I know it's a little bit short, but that's okay. That's fine by me. It's fine by me. This was for some good laughs, for some good fun. I enjoyed it deeply. As I said, we will probably return to do, I don't know, maybe another one or two of the campaigns over time. We'll just kind of play it randomly just for the shits and the giggles. But no, I appreciate you guys. Have a good day. Hope Monday doesn't kick your butts too bad, and I hope to catch you guys again for the next one. All right, everyone. Peace out. If I could hit the right thing, because, I'm a genius.